few words in Hebrew and
Yeah. In Chinese.
in Chinese. Ni hao, xie xie zao, shun dao.
There you go.
No.
Now you're supposed to answer something.
אז כמובן אני מקווה שכל הטלפונים סגורים, לא על רטט סגורים. ההרצאה תהיה במשך שעתיים. נושא ההרצאה הוא פחד, תקווה ותפיסת העצמי. אמרתי למורה שאתם בוגרים של קורסים ומכירים כבר את החומר, אז בהתאם הרמה תהיה. זהו, אנחנו נתחיל עם ההרצאה ואז יהיה סשן של שאלות ותשובות. בסדר? ההרצאה באנגלית. I told them the subject and there will be question and answers and then we have a great meal in the... No, I'm kidding.
Okay, well, good evening, everybody. I thought we start with just a short reflection, or just by arriving, coming here, bringing the mind to the present. That's always good. I see you're seated very close to each other because you are all very much attached to walls, I guess. So maybe the meditation will not be long. So how about if you also take advantage of these seats here in the middle, that you can, so other people can spread out. So it would be better not to lean against the wall anyway, if you can, to really sit like, even if you're on a chair, you know, not sit like this, but to sit straight, full of self-confidence, the back straight. I know you, you're Uri's daughter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, welcome.
I missed you also.
Yeah. Okay, so there's still, maybe you can, somebody can still go there, then you can really sit, because you see, with reflection, meditation, whatever we want to call it, I know they talk about stability and clarity, so that first you work on stability, and then you need to work on clarity of the mind. But what we are lacking here in the West, and slowly also the Asian teachers are recognizing that, is what we don't know how to relax. You know, when we want to make the mind stable on the object, it squeezes a lot, and then we get all squeezed, and then we're surprised when it moves away all the time. So we're trying to develop some kind of alert relaxedness first, right? And that's always quite good to do with the body. So, because when the mind is relaxed, then it can become stable. When it is stable, it can become clear. So it's really these three steps that we have to develop. Like, you can't hope for a clear mind when the mind is all over the place and on top of it you're very tense. Okay? Okay, so then sitting, you sit as comfortable as you can. If possible, not lean against the wall. For that you need some height under your bum. So that, you know, instead of having the cushion on the wall, put it under your bum so that you, when you lean a little bit forward, then the back almost naturally becomes quite straight. If you would be, you know, pantomimes, if you would be pantomime, people who act things without speaking, so by, you know, by their gestures or what they do, you can see what they're doing, or whether they're sad or happy or excited or bored or whatever. So try to express with your body like self-confidence, total relaxation, what else? Inspired, being happy to be here, relaxed in a way, like safe maybe is a good word, open and safe. Try to express that by sitting. So, you know, if you're sitting like this, or like that, or like this, it doesn't really express that. So think about these words, like inspired, fully awake, but relaxed, safe, and confidence. Kind of these, if you can integrate that, if you can try to express that with your body, you might feel that the mind goes actually into that state. Okay, so close your eyes, and you really need to connect to your body. So don't look at me. I'm not your body, and be happy, because my body is full of pain lately. So you can be happy with yours. I'm happy with mine. I'm not complaining. It still works. I can still walk, so that's still a good thing. Close your eyes and really connect to the body and feel that the body is sitting the fact, you know. Meditation is all about knowing facts in the present. So nothing else is happening with the body at the moment but sitting. So connect to that fact. Then pay especially some attention to the chest and to the back. Is the chest really open? Safe, no fear. Nothing to accomplish, nothing to attain here, nothing to prove. Just for once, you know. Don't have to be anybody special, how wonderful that is. You can just accept yourself the way you are. Chest open, is the back straight. And then to relax the body further, we can use the breath. So you think, by breathing in, you bring your attention to your toes, feet and legs. And as you're breathing out, you imagine that all the cells, that part of your body, like toes, feet and legs, are totally opening up, like little flowers when there's moisture and when the sun shines. With the out-breath, you totally open up. With the in-breath, you become aware of that part of the body. With the out-breath, you imagine that all the cells become totally relaxed and open. If you lose your focus, again remember, mindfulness is a kind of remembering where we should be with the attention, so still toes, feet and legs. By breathing in, you become aware of that area. By breathing out, you open up, totally relax all the muscles down to the cells with your out-breath. Then you move up to the area of your buttocks, abdomen, genital organs. Do the same thing. When you breathe in, you become aware of that area. When you breathe out, you let go of all, even the most subtle tensions that we are holding there. With each out breath, you totally open up to whatever is there. If there is pain, it is fine. Don't think that by opening up, everything that is unpleasant should go. That's not the case. This opening up is also an opening up to whatever is there. Don't push away anything, don't grasp at anything, but use that visualization that by breathing out, everything down there opens. The buttocks, genital organs, the abdomen. When you get lost in thoughts, you come back to your very conscious in-breath, where the attention goes with the in-breath and the opening up with the out-breath. Attention goes up to the head, to your thoughts, bring it back down. But now we move up a little bit again, we go to the chest and to the back. Breathing in, you become aware of that area, you bring your attention to that area by breathing out. Everything opens, the organs in there, the muscles. The spine is still holding. It's the only thing that holds. Actually, everything else is relaxed, and so that the relaxation becomes very deep, you again, with the out breath, you think that all the cells, not just the muscles, but all the cells in the muscles totally open up in that area, chest and the back. You can also include the shoulders. whatever else is happening, be it sounds, sensations in the body, maybe emotions, maybe you become aware of smells. Just briefly notice it, but then come back to the area that you're focusing on. Again, all these experiences, do not push them away. Try not to grasp at them, try not to follow them. Really try to disentangle yourself, especially from the thoughts, these stories that are constantly happening. Do not get involved as much as you can. And the moment you become aware of it, without scolding yourself, without being frustrated, in a very gentle way, come back to where we are, and at the moment we are still with the shoulders, the chest, and the back. With the out breath, everything opens. Then you go down again, your upper arms, lower arms, hands and fingers. Same thing. Breathing in, you become aware of the area. By breathing out, totally relax your muscles down to the smallest cells. Nice image that you can have all the cells open up like little flowers when the sun shines on it. When you do this, maybe you become aware of a tingling in the hands. It's fine, just notice it. The energies that are flowing. Nothing to get excited about, just notice it. Be totally aware with the in-breath of upper arms, lower arms, hands and fingers, and with the out-breath of opening up. Then you come to neck and throat. Same thing. Breathing in, you become aware of the area. Fully conscious, fully aware. Without judging anything, without having any mental images even, just to be aware that there is something that we call throat and neck. As you breathe out, all the muscles and all the cells totally open. Then you move up to the face, top of the head, back of the head, even out to the ears, and especially the area like the jaw that we sometimes clench together. So by the out breath you let go there. The eyes, where we are holding tension sometimes also. Breathing in, you become aware of that area. Breathing out, you let the eyes roll down. You let them rest. The front, that sometimes also the eyebrows that we pull together when we start to tense up. So with breathing out, you open there. With breathing in, you're aware of it. Most probably for all of us, there is a mental image of a piano coming up, connected to the sound. So let go of the image, stay with your head, and now we go to the top of the head. Even though there seems to be no muscles there, but you can still very consciously, by breathing out, relax that part. Don't think of the piano playing it to be a distraction. You don't need to let the mind go there, or your awareness. You can keep it here with your body. It's your choice. We can notice it, but we don't need to make a story out of it. you do the back of your head and your ears. Then we can actually use that play of the piano to see the state of our mind. Since it started, are we more awake? Are we less awake? Are we tense? Are we relaxed? Okay, not to manipulate anything, just to see. How do we kind of tax it? Do we see this as a hindrance, or do we see it as a help? To be more here, to be more awake. To be less withdrawn. Or do we see it as a hindrance by thinking totally distracted, totally lost the part of the body? Just look again, don't manipulate anything, don't judge. We're just looking. And at the end, we come to the end, so it's always very good to generate a feeling of whatever happened in the meditation is good enough. You will only say that meditation was no good because you're full of expectations how it should be. But there's no expectation, whatever we do is good enough when it's finished. We can make a determination to be more careful, be more awake, to apply more effort next time, but whatever happened in this one now is totally good enough. And try to think that until you feel an effect in the body from that thought. Good enough. Also good to see the state of mind when you hear the sound. I didn't tell you before, but I could have. How do you feel when you hear the sound? Is it like, whew, glad it's finished? That is okay. That is probably a natural kind of feeling. Or was it, oh no, already finished? How many of you felt like, oh no, it's already finished? Okay. How many of you felt, oh, finally it's finished? You didn't feel anything? There's only these two possibilities, isn't it? I mean, or you're so
they are
equanimous.
dwelling in equanimity.
Yeah,
now,
exactly.
everyone.
Or you're so equanimous
being.
that finished good, no, finished also good, I could have gone on, I can stop, or whatever.
Good job of the teacher.
Huh?
Good job of the teacher.
Yeah, wow.
So is he right? Is like, were you like this? Absolutely. It could have gone on for another 2-3 hours, no problem. What?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just my back hurts.
Yeah.
Beside that, everything is okay.
Okay. Anybody else? It's important that you watch your feelings, and you should be able to express them, you guys, when you meditate. Because that's what we're doing. This is why we meditate. We're not meditating to be like, oh, floating and everything is fine and may continue for I don't know how long. Why do you meditate? What do we call meditation? Why is it? Why is it? Why are you sitting down in this funny posture? Well, like a pretzel.
Like a pretzel.
It's a bit like a pretzel, isn't
Yeah,
it?
bagel.
Oh, you don't know what pretzels are? Yeah. From Bavaria, you know. Anyway, so why do you do it? What's the purpose? Is there a purpose? You know, we're talking about having to let go of hope and fear, but then that means no more purpose, or what?
מה המטרה למדיטציה?
שיעור מספר 1.
You can say in Hebrew, then he will translate.
זהו, רציתי.
I'm going to collect the certificate back.
אתה יכול לתרגם אותי?
כן.
You have to speak quite loud because I don't hear so well. As I say, my body is falling apart, so like this is another sign of old age. I don't hear so well anymore. I forget a lot of things, but it's okay. So,
אני עושה מדיטציה כזה, זאת אומרת, מה שעולה לי זה לשים לב לדברים. שלי.
Saying she's practicing meditation to be minded to her feelings and the things that arising in her.
okay.
הגדרה למדיטציה מישהו?
No. Not what you said, because I'm going to say what I came...
Don't cheat, huh? Because if they say in Hebrew and you think, oh no. And you translate it into something different, which I don't think you would.
Say something like, don't embarrass me, just answer the question. You know the answer, just make a test on this answer.
We need to...
They know that by heart.
You know, you're used to alone as a teacher, so you should be quite relaxed, and we can just be open and honest. And it's not a test or anything like that. Let's just be like a group of friends who are doing the same thing, and that we can just relax and open up and share with each other. It's nice. This is what we're here for.
I want to say that my purpose to come to meditate at first was to be more calm.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the opposite, because it was not very calm to do meditate at first, and then it got better, or else that it's changed. It's become more awareness to the body, to the mind, to the thoughts.
Yeah, I think this is what happens, you know. We think we come here and we're quite okay. Then we start to sit down and try to do a simple thing like in, out, in, out. We can't even do it for 3 breaths. And the mind is all over the place. Then we get shocked. And we think like, oh, I can't do this. I'm doing something wrong. But no, it's just that before you were not aware of it, whereas now you are aware. And then also, but again, you know, of course, with time, the mind, with a lot of practice, the mind starts to come down, but not always. But it's okay, because the purpose of meditation is not really to feel calm. The purpose of meditation is what you said, yes, is like to see the state of mind, the state of feeling, but for what?
To have a gap between the thoughts.
For what? Why? Why do we want to see what is going on?
Stop our suffering.
Huh?
Stop our suffering from all the things we put in phenomena.
To be here and now.
Yeah, to be here now. If I want to rob a bank, I also have to be here now. This is what I'm trying to get at here. Why?
To see reality as it is, so we can get rid of
That is a very professional answer. Thank you very much. Yes. How is reality? To see reality as it is, because it's totally veiled by our tense and mind, which is full of kleshas and full of hopes and full of fears and this and that. So how is reality? What does the Buddha say in the First Noble Truth? Oh, just relax, reality is wonderful. Is that what he says? You still have a smile on your face, which is nice, even with the First Noble Truth. Usually when you hear it, you go, what? What does the Buddha say?
Dukkha, suffering.
Suffering of all suffering.
Dukkha?
It's the suffer. We have three kinds of suffering. This is what we learn.
No.
There is suffer.
There is
Yeah,
suffer.
be careful. It doesn't say everything is suffering. Everything is the nature of suffering. Is a big, big word for that.
Yeah.
Because the suffering of pain we understand. So we don't need to go to any classes, not even to Alon's class. Although he's a very nice person. I understand that you want to come to his class because he is very nice. But like nothing is really satisfactory. This is the main point, which is, this should really shake us up. You see, like we're running, we're kind of doing, but we never get what we want. And this is why maybe also with the mindfulness sitting down and looking, and sometimes when you're really quiet, and you can feel this yearning that we have, something that is pulling us, something that seems to call us, something almost a bit like nostalgic, as if we have lost something, but then we don't know what we lost. So I'm a Buddhist nun, so I'll use Buddhist terms, okay? So in Buddhist terms, one would say it's our totally spacious and calm and open nature that is calling us. That says, hey, you could have it much better. But then we hear that yearning, or we feel it, the pull that we constantly have, the thirst that we constantly have, we feel it, but then problem is we look in the wrong place, even if you know all the theory. Instinctively, pattern-wise, habitual-wise, you know, we go the wrong way. Because we're lazy. I'm saying consciously we, okay? We want to have it easy, we want to have it comfortable, we want to have it harmonious, we don't want to have any problems with others. We would like to... Huh?
Immediately, we want it immediately.
Yeah, of course, not just tomorrow, not even tomorrow. No, we want it now, but we want all this. And then we think, if I have all this, if I have no fight with anybody, if I love my job, if I have financial problems, if my partner is doing what I want him to do, it's difficult, isn't it? My children, every morning they get up and say, oh mommy, I'm so looking forward to go to school, I did all my homework last night. My teacher is fantastic and what he's teaching me I can use in life so I can do the job I want to do when I'm grown up. Aren't I happy that I have a school? Now, when we think, if we have all this, we think we will be okay, isn't it? This seems like a dream. And what happens when we have it?
It changes.
We want something else.
It's not enough. It's never enough. It should be even more, you know, even better than that. For the moment it seems okay, but it's never enough, and?
Anxiety, to lose it.
Oh, exactly. So better not to have it, isn't it? So at least we don't have that fear that we're going to lose it. But still we want it. So you see, all the answers that you're giving me, they're very good, they're very correct. But the problem is that like here we have it, here we have the right thing. What we want, I'm sure all of you want the right thing. You want to be a good person with a good heart, trying to be of help to others, trying to guide others because you're becoming meditation teachers. But then when the occasion comes and we could actually train these kind of states of mind, like patience, courage, openness in difficult situation, kind of still be calm in chaos, When the occasion comes we could practice it, we run away. And we take refuge in comfort, gain. So this goes into the 8 worldly dharmas, but it's okay, that's also what you wanted. Comfort, gain, what else?
Anger.
Good reputation.
8 worldly concerns.
The 8 worldly concerns. Good reputation and praise.
And praise, yeah.
This is taking refuge. We run towards there. We're not running into anger, no. Not consciously, but this is where we want to go. This is where we want to hide. This is where we want to take refuge. We think, oh, I'm having a problem now because this and this and this and this and this. Because the interest in these things, in these worldly things, the interest is huge, and we underestimate the importance of it. Yeah. So this is why we have to consciously, again and again and again, when we sit down and we start, as you say, mindfully look at the mind, ask ourselves, what do I really want?
To understand the chain reactions that are created from our memory to our thoughts to our actions. So we can change the pattern of action and reaction.
Exactly. So also when you practice mindfulness, I know that the mindfulness movement is great and is big, and I know many people practice mindfulness, but what I miss sometimes is that, why do we want to be mindful? Why? I mean, what you said, in order to see reality as it is, that's clear, because otherwise no liberation. Why?
So that we are aiming to clarity.
To have
But
clarity.
why? But why?
To get rid of this suffering, to feel better, to feel good.
Yeah.
To cut the bullshit and all.
Yeah, very good. To cut the bullshit and to be really aware, what is my action? Skillful or unskillful? I can use virtuous or non-virtuous, but it's a bit heavy. It's a bit very religious. Karma, positive karma, negative karma, So maybe skillful or unskillful. The way I'm using now, my body, speech, and mind, these are the 3 doors. The mindfulness is to see, am I practicing ethical conduct? That's what it's for, mindfulness, not to feel calm and good. Because somebody also who feels very good can be very unethical, because they're totally open and happy and they don't give a shit or a damn, as you said, cutting through the bullshit. They don't give a shit about what they're doing to others because they're so full of themselves, because they feel so good. And this can happen with mindfulness also. You have moments when the mindfulness works so well that you're totally open. But look at the state of your mind when you walk through the streets. Are you just enjoying to be totally open, and then it becomes again an ego thing? Wow, I feel so good. I should meditate now every morning, not just once a week or once a day. Or are you really thinking, great, I'm open, that's why I can be kind and I can be there for others, because now I have this spaciousness. Do we react like this? See, when you walk through the streets and you're totally happy, where your mind goes. Again, not here. Here we know it. It should be used for others, But no, then very often we want to go out. We want to show others how well we are. That we overcome our depression, our fears, our anger, blah, 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 this and that. But we get totally reckless. Yeah? Happiness can make us reckless. So then, again, don't just use the mindfulness for when the mind is in a negative state. Actually also use it when it's in a so-called happy state, that it doesn't go into recklessness. Yeah.
Not just that. Only that way you can also cultivate the good. Without looking at the good, you don't know what to cultivate.
Yeah, I'm not saying you, but check it. Where does it take me? Where does that so-called good mind kind of take me? Is it really interested in sitting down again? No. It wants to go out. It wants to have fun, isn't it? So then the good, we have to be careful when you use good and bad. So certain states of mind don't feel so great. For example, embarrassment doesn't feel good, but it's very helpful. It's a very beneficial mind. Yeah? Totally open and happy and reckless feels great. But we can do a lot of stupidity there. Yeah? Because we're not. We might be aware of it, we're using the mindfulness, but we're not using it in the way of, hey, what am I doing with this happy mind? Yeah, this is what I'm saying. So this is what I just kind of wanted to point out, and I know that people don't like it so much when they, because if you just practice mindfulness, it wouldn't be considered, it wouldn't be considered a spiritual practice, because mindful of what? Mindful of making pee-pee, mindful of making coffee. Yeah, it's like, so what? It's no big deal. Mindful of robbing a bank. These people are very mindful, they're very careful. Yeah? So like this. So try to, do you want to be ethical people? Huh?
Sorry.
Yes or no? I mean, come on. This is you might be the friar from time to time if you're ethical. Why? Why would you be the friar? Why would you want to? Well, I'm a bit provocative here. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Why would you want to be ethical if it makes you the friar?
Can I say something? This is what I'm feeling exactly. Like, if I'm kind to other people, and all of my mindfulness goes, my happy mind goes to help others, I'm losing myself. I mean,
yeah.
my גבולות, איך אומרים?
Boundaries. You what?
Boundaries.
Borders. Okay.
Is going.
Yeah. Scary, isn't it?
Yes, I'm actually experiencing it now with friends. Like I'm giving all the time.